Hey guys, it's Mary Lee, the Diamond Dinosaur. Gonna come at you right now with a little bit of a whip. I know I usually do my whips and stuff on Saturday, but I do have to work this Saturday, so I didn't want to wait, and I'm off right now. So here we are. It's another day. It's October 2nd, so fall is officially on its way here. The leaves are starting to fall. Cooler temperature, so that's always a good thing. So, I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm working on today. I already finished my Wicked Witch estate that I was doing for the grand prize entry for Drills and Chills. So right now I am currently working on this. It's the Spooky Slumber Party from Purple Kitten Studios, and I purchased it from Enabler's Outpost. Some of the tools I'm using, unfortunately right now I'm working out of baggies. Some of the tools I'll be using is my cover minders, which my little berry ghost here is from Pure Bliss. My Ghoul Gang, which I totally love because these are all some of my favorite horror icons, is from Paddy Wax. I have my little trash bucket here from Yellow Dog Designs. My lily pad from Tracy's DP World, my straightener from Zodiac Shadows, and my trinket tray from Carissa's Crafty Creations. My wax is from WeeWax. It's the Big Macintosh, which is for Drills and Chills this year. And my putty is the Berry Bewitched from Pure Bliss, which goes with the cover minder. My tray is from Bijou Bliss, which is the Drills and Chills tray. And my pen was turned by Enabler's Outpost. I can't remember where I got the blank from though. But it's very Halloween-y with some skulls and crossbones in there. So it is one of my favorite pens. So that being said, let's get right into it. Let's talk about my football picks from last week. Didn't really do all that great. You know, some teams came out flying and other teams didn't. I will say this, my team won. Go Birds. I know we have a lot to fix, and we need to fix it quickly. So here's hoping that the Birds can get their crap together and fly straight, so to speak, right? What's Nick Sirianni always say? If you want to fly fast, fly by yourself. If you want to fly far, you fly together. So we need to come together as a team and start getting our stuff together. I will say this, though. I was very, I don't know about anybody else. I was very, very disappointed in the Dallas Cowboys Green Bay Packers game. Because, to be honest, I really wanted to see Micah Parsons come into Arlington and just repeatedly sack the crap out of Dak Prescott. And then every time he sacked him, it would have been great for him to look up at the box where Jerry Jones was sitting. But that did not happen. Micah and the Packers let me down. But you do have the Cowboys celebrating like they just won the greatest thing ever. And, bro, you tied with the Packers. Now you have a tie in your standings column. Like, who does that? And how do you have a tie when it's 40-40? Like, that's a high-scoring game right there, and it still ended in a tie? Horrifying. But not nearly as horrifying as the injury to Tyreek Hill. So thoughts and prayers go out to Tyreek. You know, I saw that he did have surgery. That was a horrible, horrible break. I couldn't even watch it. I mean, I saw it happen live, and I was actually diamond painting here when it happened. So just really, really bad break. I don't even know how it's going to affect his career. I mean, he may never be the cheetah again, you know. But we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't want to say people have come back from worse injuries, but, you know, we'll just hope for the best and keep our prayers with Tyreek that, you know, he heals well and all that fun stuff. What else? Let me see. I think we're going to need some help on edge. I mean, we lost Ogba Ogbo, I can't even pronounce his name. But we lost him with a shoulder, I believe, and a tricep tear, and Nolan Smith's out, and we're losing a lot of players right now, so we really definitely need to do something. I know there's a young corner that was drafted by Vic Fangio when he was in Miami, which, listen, Miami could be looking to unload some of their players right now, especially because they're really not doing that great. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind see us grabbing that corner. I know his first name's Cam. I don't remember his last name. So that would be a nice addition. But I would really like to see us get Jalen Phillips from Miami. I mean, he's a really good player. He's a really good edge, and he does know Fangio's system. So he would be a nice addition piece. Cross my fingers. Get Howie on the phone. Let's go. Make your calls, Howie. Let's get it done. Let me see. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know if you guys do football picks or anything fun like that. But if you do, hope you did well with your fantasies. Your fantasy team. I don't do any kind of fantasy type thing. I just do this little pigskin pick 'em with my husband. I think I mentioned that last time, that it's very... it reminds me of a lot of what I used to do with my mom, so that's why I enjoy doing it. So there's that. I think my picks this week, I took the Rams over the Niners. That's tonight's game. The Rams are a dominant force. Like, we beat them, but yeah. I took the Vikings over the Browns, naturally. I chose the Colts over the Raiders. Daniel Jones seems to be coming into his own and getting used to his thing. The Giants, oh my God. Jackson Dart and Cam Scattaboo. I can't stop watching their little TikToks and Reels. They're hilarious. But they look like they could be franchise players for the Giants. And if they are... they could become a force to be reckoned with. So I'm kind of watching both of those very, very closely. So, hoping they do well. Giants have been, even though they're in my division, they've been bad for a long time. And I don't like to see any team do. I know we have to have winners, but there has to be losers. But, some of these teams like the Giants and the Saints, they all deserve better, bro. Your fan base deserves better. So I always like to see everybody do well, just not as well as the Eagles. And I don't like to see the Cowboys do well, but that's besides the point. I did take the Cowboys over the Jets, only because I think the Jets are struggling right now. I think they lost one of their main receivers. I can't remember. Maybe I'm getting them confused with the Giants. But Dallas is coming to New York on the lovely field of MetLife Stadium. So let's all hope and prayer for everybody that plays there that they all come out okay and, they don't get hurt. I mean, the Giants just lost like a major superstar player because their field is crap. And that is Malik Neighbors. Like, he's out for the season with a torn ACL. Go figure. Of course, took the Birds over the Broncos. That's going to be a tight game, though, too, because the defense of the Broncos, they're really good right now, and our offensive line is hurting. Like, we have guys that are playing, I think they're playing injured, to be honest. They're just not playing themselves to their full capacity. So, I'm hoping we win, but it's going to be a hard game, I think, for the Eagles to play. Somebody on one of my podcasts that I listen to, he's like, yeah, it's going to be a blowout because, the offense is getting ready to explode. Okay, bro, calm down. We'll see. If they do, great. If they don't, as long as they win, that's all that matters right now at this point. Because at this point in the season, this early, what you really want to do is you just want to constantly stack wins. You want to stack as many wins as you can get. And right now, we play the Broncos, the Giants, the Vikings, the Giants, and then we have our bye week. So I'm not saying our schedule is 100% easy, but it's not like it was the last 4 games. Like when we started the season, I actually felt the first 4 games we were going to end up being 2-2. Because I think there was potential for us to definitely lose to the Bucks, because we always lose to the Bucks. And possibly to lose it to the Chiefs and Arrowhead or the Rams. So we won those 4 games. So let's move on it. We're stacking our wins. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So my next pick is the Dolphins over the Panthers. I mean, it's just going to be, this is going to be one of those games where it's just going to be meh, right? I will be watching the Dolphins because I would really like us to get Jalen Phillips. So I will probably be watching just to make sure he doesn't get hurt. I did take the Houston Texans over the Baltimore Ravens, even though they are playing at M&T Stadium in Baltimore. And I did that because the Ravens aren't going to have Lamar. Lamar is out with a groin injury. So he's not going to be playing. So when you have your superstar quarterback that's not playing, to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen a Baltimore Ravens game where Lamar didn't play. And I don't even know who their backup quarterback is. So not sure what's going to happen, but I did take the Houston Texans over the Ravens. I took the Cardinals over the Titans. I took the Seahawks over the Buccaneers. And the reason I did that is because at the end of the day, that's my husband's team. He's a Hawks fan, so I have to take the Hawks. So go Hawks. And I also don't like the Buccaneers. So go Hawks on that game. And they're playing in Seattle, so that's always kind of a big deal. It's always a game changer when you play at home. And then I took the Lions over the Bengals, of course, because the Lions are my second favorite team in the NFL, behind the Eagles. So I will always take the Lions unless they're playing the Eagles. The next one is the Chargers and the Commanders. I took the Chargers to beat the Commanders. And then Sunday night's game, I took the Bills over the Patriots. I mean, that's a given. The Bills should beat them, no problem. And then the Monday night game is the Kansas City Chiefs against the Jaguars. And I took the Chiefs. They are playing in Jacksonville. Again, home field advantage sometimes does play a factor, but not always. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, they're my picks for this week. If you guys want, feel free to drop a comment on what team you pick, or if you have a favorite team. And maybe, put it in their comments, and maybe we can have a little bit of a discussion back and forth on your team and how well they're doing and things like that. So definitely drop a comment in there. So they're my picks. We'll see what happens. Again, I didn't do all that great last week. I did have some bad calls there. I think my husband beat me, and he usually does well in the pick'ems. He usually does well in the beginning of the season, and then he kind of starts to die off in the middle and the end of the season, where I'm not as good in the beginning of the season, but as the season goes on, then I start stacking the wins. I hope everyone is enjoying the fall weather. I know I am. I do like the fall. I like the crisp mornings with some pumpkin spice coffee. Excuse me 1 second, guys. I gotta get my dog. He's stuck. Come on, buddy. How do you get in these places? There you go. Oops, sorry, buddy. So, another thing I thought would be fun to talk about, and again, you guys definitely leave a comment if you like this. But a little bit of a trivia question. Does anybody know, or not even if you know, there is one state in this country that actually has a state demon, just like, your state has a state bird and a state flag and a state this and a state that. There is one state in the United States that has a state demon. And that state is the state of New Jersey. Because as lore would have it, we have the Jersey Devil. And that is the New Jersey state demon is the Jersey Devil. It's just folklore. I mean, I remember going camping at one point in the Pine Barrens with friends. Like, oh my God, we're going to go look for the Jersey Devil. It's going to be so much fun. We didn't do that. We just ended up drinking around a fire and going to sleep, right? But the Jersey Devil is a fascinating story. It's, I don't even know what it's based on. It just came about back in the 1700s. So according to one thing, in 1735, a woman by the name of, her last name was Leeds. She was giving birth to her 13th child. I could not even imagine having 13. I only have one, and that's all I needed. Anyway, she's giving birth to her 13th child. And when she was in the middle of birth, she yelled out to, quote unquote, let the child be the devil. And the child was born normally, but immediately started to change. It grew wings, it grew a tail, it had claws, talons, right? Talons, horns. So it actually ended up having the lower half of a goat. It had wings, it had hooves. And the story goes that this Jersey Devil is in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey, and you can see it flying around and things like that. So people go looking for the Jersey Devil. They have a hockey team, of course, named the Jersey Devils, which obviously that's very clear where they got their name. But it's just a little piece of folklore, and it is considered folklore for Philadelphia as well, because, you know, New Jersey and Pennsylvania are so closely tied to one another. Like literally, I could leave my house right now and in 25 minutes walk to the bridge, cross the bridge, and be in Trenton. So it is very close. Pine Barrens are probably maybe 45 minutes from me. But yeah, can you just imagine like having that kind of lore? Like look at Virginia. I think it's Virginia. Don't they have don't you guys have the Mothman? So like, can you imagine like just seeing the Mothman? Right? So anyway, getting back to the Jersey Devil, he does have hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and he does have a forked tail. It headed up into the pines as a child, as a baby, whatever, when it started growing wings and could fly. Took off into the Pine Barrens, and that's where it is. There are other versions of the tale, so it depends on who you talk to. I'm just scrolling through, Wikipedia, because I was listening to a podcast about the Jersey Devil, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about something that was folklore. So the Jersey Devil is considered Mother Leeds' 13th child. The devil is supposedly its father. She is supposedly a witch, or was a witch. There have been some versions of the story that local clergy did go into try to exorcise the child when it was born from the Pine Barrens, and it did not work. Let me see. It says this is another version. Mrs. Leeds became pregnant around 1855, and she rejected her baby, wishing a stork would deliver a devil. Thus, you have a winged devil, and was born and flew out of the window, would intermittently return, but the mother would shoo it away. So, oh God, what do you do in that case? Like, think about that. Like, if you gave birth to something that was that monstrous and it flew out the window, but it intermittently came back because it knew you were its mother, let's say. I don't think I could shoo it away. I don't think I could. And I don't think I would be afraid of it either. I don't know. I just don't think I could shoo it away. I mean, if you're its mother, you're its mother, right? Like, I don't know. I just don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. Some people have said that her mother Leeds' real name is Deborah. Let me see. I'm just trying to look for some new things. Starting 17th century, English Quakers established settlements. They claim to have seen the Jersey Devil. A lot of people have claimed to see the Jersey Devil. Again, I live so close to Jersey. I've never seen it. But it's fun. It's fun to go into the Pine Barrens and be like, I'm looking for the Jersey Devil. You know, the thrill of it is exciting. But do you guys have any lore? Like, again, we have the Mothman, I think, in Virginia. Let me see, what are some other ones? Let me look. Hold on, guys. I know I probably should have did this before, but we're just having a chitty chat. Folklore. I actually have I don't know if anybody heard of this app, but I have the app. It's called Shudder, and it's all horror, thriller type stuff. So I watch that a lot. So I haven't found anything on the Jersey Devil yet, but I'm still looking. I'm still waiting for them to come up with something for the Jersey Devil. I mean, look at all the ghosts that are in Gettysburg. I mean, people say that all the time. I never saw a ghost when I was in Gettysburg. But getting back to the Jersey Devil, if you guys have any folklore for your state, if you're watching, or you know of any other stories, drop them in the comment section, because I would love to read about that folklore. I do love folklore. I do love the horror type, thriller type genre of folklore. I would say that of some of the characters I know, they're, you know, I can't remember them off the top of my head. Probably the Jersey Devil is probably my favorite. Because it's just a part of where I live. I know I don't know, do you guys ever hear of Slender Man? I don't know, I think he's folklore too. Just don't know what state. But that's a really bizarre case too. Like, that girl that tried to kill her, they tried to kill their friend because of Slender Man. Like, that was a whole weird thing right there. Sorry guys, I gotta get my dog again. There you go. So that was a weird case. And I know there was a thing on HBO Max about Slender Man and that whole case, and it was very sad. You know, the young girl who, you know, took the most heat, I guess she did the most stabbing of her friend, that she was diagnosed having bipolar. She was being like psychosis or bipolar or something like that. Schizophrenia, I think it was. But the mind is a very powerful thing, for sure. But there's so many different types of folklore. You know, isn't there, what's the one about the witch? Oh, I think it's, let me get a look, famous witch. I know part of the story. It was a witch the Bell Witch, where she was constantly haunting the house, like the cabin. So that's another lore. It's part of the legend of it. She's in the southern United States. I don't know if you guys know that much about her. It's basically in southern United States, in Tennessee. The farmer was John Bell Sr. And the family came under this attack of an invisible entity, and this went on and on and on. And they, you know, called her the Bell Witch. So that's another good piece of folklore. Look, you have Bigfoot, all those things. Like, if you've ever watched Mountain Monsters on Discovery, in Appalachia, there's probably so much different types of folklore and monsters. Look at the chupacabra. Just so many different stories. And, you know, I don't know if UFOs fall into folklore. I don't know. But definitely probably my favorite folklore tale is, again, the Jersey Devil. So if you guys have anything, like, definitely, you know, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to read about it. you know, you never know if you're like, maybe the Mothman is like the state whatever for Virginia or whatever, wherever he's at, you know. I just thought it was cool when I heard that the Jersey Devil actually is the state demon for New Jersey. I just thought that was pretty awesome. Like, hey, he's getting recognized. Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. This is definitely my time of the year, though. But anyway, Shudder. Yeah, getting back to Shudder. I think it's like $6 or $7 a month. If you're a horror fan, I mean, they're all B-rate movies, pretty much. But there's some good movies on there. I watched a few of them. Like, they had one that was on Edgar Allan Poe that I really love. He's one of my favorite authors. So yeah, I mean, that was a good movie. So there's a lot of good things on Shudder. I basically watch Shudder more for the drag show. There's a drag show called Dragula. And it's hosted by the Boulet brothers, and they dress exactly alike when they're in drag, so they look like sisters, but they're actually partners, and they've been partners for well over 30 years. I believe it's been 30 years now they've been together. But they're amazing. They're so genuinely nice. I met them a couple times, but their show, if you guys watch RuPaul's Drag Race, which I do, I'm a big fan. Love drag, for sure. It's probably one of my very favorite things to watch and go see. Been in many drag shows, met many drag queens. But anywho, Dragula is more, they say they have 3 tenets of drag, right? Of drag for Dragula. And it's horror, filth, and glamour. So they want to see all 3 of those aspects in their drag. And some of these drag queens, I mean, when they're done getting dressed, it's like, oh my God, you're a hideous monster. But they're fitting that horror challenge or filth challenge or whatever. And it's just a different type of drag aesthetic than you see on RuPaul. And I just love it. I think it's fantastic. It's almost, sometimes it reminds me of the show Face Off, because you literally transformed yourself into monsters. So if you have Shudder or you want to do a free trial, I think they're offering a free trial right now. Like, get it for 7 days free. Just sign up for it and then just go in and cancel the subscription. But maybe you can find something that you like on there, and it might be, you know, something worth it for yourself. You might want to watch it. I know it's linked to AMC, so if you have any AMC, if you have a streaming service for AMC, you might be able to get Shudder as well. I mean, I love the this is a book, right? It's called the All Souls Trilogy. It's so good. It's probably one of my favorite books. They did a TV show called A Discovery of Witches, because the first book in the trilogy is called A Discovery of Witches. And the show is really good, and I discovered that on AMC through Shudder. So, yeah, if you get the chance, check that out. That's definitely a fun streaming service to watch, especially around this time for Halloween. You'll see a lot of different stuff on there. And they update every month, just like Netflix. You know, I'll get a notification, hey, new on Shudder. So yeah, check that out. What else? If you guys want, also, I mentioned this again, I am an affiliate for Painted Maeve. I did show one of their canvases. I think I did an unboxing of it, which I can't wait to use it, to do it. And I love the canvas. So I do have a 20% off code if you want to go check out paintedmaeve.com. My code is just GoBirds33. So check that out. Put that in at checkout and save yourself 20%. Let me see what else. Getting back to some sports real quick. I saw that the Mets have pretty much been eliminated from playoff contention, which I don't care because I'm not a baseball fan, but my husband is, and that is his team. So, yeah. And let me see. I'm going to a Halloween party tomorrow, which I haven't done in a very long time. So, what am I going to dress up as? I am dressing up as an Eagles football player because I have all the gear, the jersey, the shoes, the helmet. So yeah, I'm going as an Eagles football player, and my husband is going to go as a Mets player because that's what we have here, and we just wanted to do something that we were going to be comfortable in. So I have that going on tomorrow. And then normally I would do my whip or unboxings on Saturday morning, like in the wee hours of the morning. However, I do have to work this Saturday, but I'm only working for 4 hours because I'm going to a picnic. So it's about 2 hours away. So that's why I work today, because I kind of split my day. I did a flex. So I worked 4 hours today. I'm working 4 hours on Saturday, and then my full day on Sunday, and then off on Monday. So that's fun. That's exciting. Yay. Woo. So that's why I'm doing my whip now. It's quiet. Everyone's at work. The dogs are quiet. And I'm doing it before I have to go run the rest of my errands. So there's that. So yeah, guys, please, 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 if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Drop some comments regarding, you know, your own folklore. If you have a favorite football team, or if there's something, you know, you want me to talk about, I can try if you put it in the comments. But I just wanted to give you my thoughts on some things. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. And go birds!